All right guys, one of the worst things we can do in our golf swing is really hold on tight with the right hand. It's going to cause us to start casting. It's going to cause us to start pushing the club through contact. And if we swing properly, the club should be accelerating so quickly, the shaft should be accelerating so quickly that we really can't even hold on with the right hand. We're just staying nice and loose with the right hand to let that club accelerate away from our body. Now if we're grabbing on tight, most of us are right-handers, right hand dominant. We really want to hold this club with our right hand. We're going to lose a lot of swing speed. So let's go over a great drill. It's going to help you to build in the proper swing. I'm going to show you how to get this nice free-flowing finish also as a good byproduct of this. What I want you to do is go ahead and grab a middle iron. I have an 8-iron here. You can use any club in your bag from a 6-iron all the way to a pitching wedge would be good clubs to practice with. We're going to take it just with our left hand and we're going to grip up on the club a good 4 or 5 inches. This is going to help us to get a little bit more control as we're swinging back and through. It's going to make this easier to happen. Now as we swing this golf club, what should be happening, if I go ahead and grip up on the club here, what should be happening is as I make my downswing, my butt end of the club, this makes it easy to see. I'm obviously not going to be holding up here when I'm making a swing, but the butt end of the club here is actually working up as the head of the club is working down. And that creates something that we call impact glide, or a flat spot in your swing, meaning that the club is going to be coming down. As this butt end of the club starts to turn up, the arc of the swing shallows out where it's almost perfectly level with the ground, which means I could take 2 golf balls here and I could hit this back golf ball and it's coming in so shallow that would be nice and clean. Or if that back golf ball wasn't there, I could come all the way up into this front golf ball and it would still be kind of a decent shot because my club is coming in so shallow. Almost like you're taking, if you look at the pros out there hitting shots, it's like they're taking a razor blade and just slicing the top layer of the turf off there. That's exactly what we want to have happen. If we don't use this left hand properly, it's impossible to make that happen. The left hand, especially the bottom 3 fingers of the left hand, have to be working back up as the club works down to get that flat spot, and that's what's also going to help the club to accelerate on around. What's the force, so the direction that you're putting some pressure into this club as we're coming through contact, because we have some lag previous to contact, my hand is going to be actually moving back up this way. And that happens from my hip and my left leg. I'm going to feel like my hips are extending. So here's some leg bend and then my hips extend. That's going to cause my hips to move up. My shoulders, because they're rotating around an arc, this left shoulder, which is connected to my left hand, is going to be moving back up. And then my left hand is just staying along for the ride. You may have a little bit of feeling of ulnar deviation, which is this club moving down this way. You have a little bit of a sensation of that, but really the hands aren't doing too much. We're not trying to guide or steer this club with our hands. And if I can do that, my left hip, my left shoulder, and the butt end of the club are all moving up, that's going to allow that club to whip through contact because I have this lag, and then I'm letting go of that lag. When I add the right hand on there, it's adding some speed back here, but it's not taking over the swing. A great byproduct from this is my swing will now be very long. Since I'm letting this momentum of the club swing on through, you'll see all this extension I get out here. And as I come up, if I was in a room with a 9-foot tall ceiling, my club would be poking right into the ceiling there. That's a great way to swing and to feel the momentum of the club coming on through. We're going to practice this by, again, gripping up on the club a good 4 or 5 inches, feeling like I'm holding the club with my bottom 3 fingers. As I'm making my downswing, I'm going to feel a little bit of bend in my legs, and then as I come on through, I'm going to feel those legs straightening up. So since this is moving up, you can imagine this is kind of a shoulder hinge point here. That's moving up as my club releases. That's going to allow it to be nice and shallow with the ground. One last tip here as we're working on this. As you start down, get this left wrist to begin to bow a little bit. That's going to pre-square the club face. So the club face starts to square up back here, and then it's going to release as I'm coming all the way on through, and it gets very easy to do this. Now let's start out with just some little 20 or 30 yard shots, and we can gradually go farther and farther. And the ones you're seeing me hit on the screen, those are going to be almost 120 or 130 yard shots. I think I have a 6-iron in that video. Here I have my 8-iron, but I'm just letting that hinge happen. I'm letting this club accelerate on its own, and I can make those nice solid shots practicing just with the left hand. Now once we've done that about 100 times, both practice swings and hitting some balls, let's go ahead and add the right hand on there. We're going to go back to the end of the club now, and then we're going to make our full swing where we're getting some lag. The right hand does add a little bit of speed, but then we're gonna let that go to a nice full, long, flowing follow through. That's gonna really help you guys with distance. All right guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got an even better bonus for you. If we wanna get distance in the golf swing, we've gotta get a lot of lag, and then we've gotta let that lag go. Well, I've got my #1 lag video. I'm gonna play a preview of that here in a second. If you're on a desktop device, go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. If you're on a phone or a tablet, click the iCard that's somewhere on your screen right now. That's gonna take you to where you can get instant access to that full video. Plus you're gonna get 5 videos from our Top Speed Golf system. Never gonna cost you a dime. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Click that thumbs up button, that really helps us out. And also remember to subscribe, that way you'll see our newest videos. See you guys in the lag video. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see. And in this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building the lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.